Okay, right. So good morning to all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, let's start our morning MAO right now. Okay, so let me just put my screen up. As usual, every morning, daily routine. Okay, can y'all see my blank screen? And now I'm gonna have my PowerPoint slides right for you. Can you see that? Okay, thank you. Yeah, let me just get all the things up. Okay, all right. Good morning, everybody. 19th of January, 2021. Okay, Tuesday. Today is our Super Tuesday, but FYI, our Super Tuesday will be conducted in the one of the hotel in Singapore. All right, still on mind later on at 2 p.m. We will still have our usual so-called Super Tuesday revision, but it'll be a short one because yesterday no market open, right? So it'll be a very pretty short one. It'll be via Zoom. Okay, it's still be via Zoom. So if you are available to watch it, you can come online. All right. Okay, so while the rest who are going to see me later on, we're going to do some trade live session. Now, of course, there's this possibility that the market could be slow. So there's we have prepared something for you. But on the flip side, what if the market is extensive? What if the market is full of life? Then that will be very, very interesting. Okay, so all this will be mentioned and updated later on during the session. All right. So today, the biggest caption is what happened when a balloon gets inflated at all costs. So guys, tell me, what do you think? When a balloon gets inflated at all costs, what will happen? What will happen? In your personal opinion, what do you think? Tell me. All right. Okay, hold on. Some people turn on their microphone. Let me just mute first. Since Donald Trump is inside here. I saw a DT there. Okay. All right. So what do you get? Get bigger, grow bigger. Yes, apparently correct. All right. Well, of course, when you keep on blowing the balloon will get bigger and bigger and bigger. That is a fact of matter, right? Will it burst? Will it really burst? Well, it all depends on how you do it or how much you stretch. All right. Eventually, it will just burst, correct, or fly to space. But have you seen this before, right? You take a look right here. You know, when you want to prick a balloon, it's like so frightening and stuff like that. But there are times whereby you try to prick a balloon, no matter how, it just don't burst. Why? Because the impact isn't there. The impact isn't there. So you try, right, in a balloon, you try to poke it, and if the surface is thick enough, you actually will do something like this, right? It doesn't prick. All right. It's only when you have a strong impact and hit it onto it, then maybe that's it, right? Or the surface is oil. Indeed. So what does it mean actually? This statement itself has a lot of stuff inside there. Number one, when you keep on blowing a balloon, yes, it gets bigger. That's a fact. That's a real fact. All right. So it depends on the what do you call the stretchability of this balloon. If you can stretch way much bigger, then why not? So that's why I keep on saying that, like, what is happening in the stock market right now. If the Federal Reserve keep on pumping money into the system and the market can accept it, then it will just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's first one. Number two, all right, if the surface is oil, as what you I just said, yes, if there's actually artificial surrounding around it to make sure that this balloon doesn't burst, then of course, again, this balloon can challenge its limits. Now, eventually, when something impactful comes in, something big, okay, and it goes right in, and that causes the surface to, burst, yes, all the air inside there will just run out everywhere. So which means that, right, like all bubbles since the early 19th century until today, it will just get bigger and get more absorbed. And it will just eventually reach to a point that no one believed that it will burst. It always like that. For the last 120 years of history, it has always been the same, which means that people will come to the point that they don't believe anymore. They think that it will never burst. Then something impactful will come in, and then everything will just scatter everywhere, because that's where all the air will escape, right? So it will go everywhere, and that is where the sound boom come out, and that will freak you out. So guys, as I was saying, guys, now at this moment now, the balloon is still growing. The balloon is still growing. All right, it's very, very clear cut. Like yesterday, it was a US stock market, it's a holiday, but you can see the Dow Jones initially went down initially. Then after that, what happened? It goes up. So this tells you that the market is just no lack of bias. Seriously, no lack of bias. But on the flip side, now based on flip side itself, right, I've been watching the market movement, the volume. It does tell us that, right, things is going to be very, very scary as we prolong this itself. All right. So you heard me. I already tell you, in my opinion, the fat lady is already on the stage and she's already humming. But I cannot go into much detail because based on the system that I have now, the buying is still there. All right, the buying is still there. But of course, from alternate view itself, right, it seems to be something is going to happen big time. So I will leave it there and you make your own decision. All right. So before we start this morning, once again, please key in disclaimer right now so that we can start off this morning. And do note once again, FYI, today is the eve of the inauguration. Be very attentive to the market because, right, Donald Trump theoretically will lose his power by tomorrow, 12 p.m. Okay, 12 p.m. noontime. Theoretically, Biden will be the 46th U.S. president, right? 46, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So ready, guys? I need your disclaimer right now. We have 114 people. We're only 37. I need at least 60 now. Okay, at least 60 now. So do me a favor. Send up the details. Send out the disclaimer ASAP. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you guys. I got what I want. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. All right, really thank you for that. Okay, so let's just continue for this morning. All right, now the big news is this: Donald Trump preparing to lift Europe and Brazil COVID-19 travel restriction. I mean, huh? Europe and Brazil. I mean, didn't send the memo to Donald Trump? Didn't he know this, or what is happening? All right, so this is the latest update from the COVID-19 world meters. All right, you can see right here, right now. Let me just bring it down to you. Okay, sorry, on top. Okay, apology. All right, let me just confirm and refresh this for a moment. For last 2 days, I didn't do this. So yeah, 96 million in short. Okay, Okay, data coming. Okay, coming. Okay, apology. Okay, now we have. Okay, this is still too early. Look at yesterday's, about 176,000 people. Okay, what is the weekend? So we're not too sure if the numbers are accurate, but definitely for sure, the total death in America itself is for 400,000. All right, in terms of death, unfortunately. All right, so we look at Brazil is at 31,000 yesterday in terms of number of people getting sick. UK is 38,000, France 16,000, Spain 22, Germany 11,000. So I cannot see why this Donald Trump is going to leave on January 26th. Why? Is that a special thing? Now we do note that January 24th is whereby he actually wrote a mandate that said that, right, there should be apparently all the military will be in capital now, right? It's supposed to stay to assist this in this inauguration, and under 24th. So why 26th then? So I couldn't get any information out of this. I went through, doesn't really say anything else, but Europe and Brazil, okay? Trying to sabo Bin Laden, Joe Biden, okay, all right. Okay, so the thing is that, okay, leaving thing here itself, right? So yeah, indeed, Michael, yeah, he's lifting up for Europe, UK, Ireland, and Brazil. I mean, primarily by Brazil, that's the thing here. So anyway, this is what happened, the latest news this morning. So I was pretty curious. Maybe he really got the idea how to settle this COVID. Maybe, yeah. Okay, anyway, my job is just relate news to you, and day you make a decision, all right? So apparently itself, right, you can see that Donald Trump, in a wave of the Tuesday pardons, he's not going to pardon himself. I mean, seriously, why must he pardon himself if you don't think he did anything wrong? Right, that's my point. I mean, why must he make himself look guilty? That's why I don't understand this particular thingy here. I mean, what's so big deal about this? If he's not guilty, why must he pardon himself? That's my point. So his presidency ends at noon Wednesday. This is Singapore time. This is from Channel News Asia, so I assume it's Singapore time. So this is where he will be leaving to his Mar-a-Lago, okay, his one of his favorite club, and in Palm Beach, Florida. All right, so this can be interesting though. Now the thing is this: while he's leaving, I mean, he says that he will transit the power peacefully to Joe Biden. but something is not very correctly in this Capitol building tower. So we're talking about 25 to 26,000 soldiers going through random check, making sure that no one carry guns around the area. Road blockage is everywhere. Tanks are going in. You can look at it. It's really ridiculous. Oh my God, like a fortress. Okay, so question mark is this, right? Do you really need that many people? The question is this: we don't see anybody trooping to DC anymore. So unless those guys who went into Capitol Tower and make the hoo-ha of it are still around there, then the question is this: with this barricade itself, right? Serious? Okay, I don't think they can even go through the first layer. Okay, so right, probably this inauguration will be very, very safe, unless this whole thing is something for a different. Okay, so executive order was banned. It's coming in. Okay, from Joe Biden. You want to reverse the Muslim ban? That's pretty good. But you want to rejoin the Paris Agreement. Now we know Donald Trump announced back in this 2017 that he will cease all participation, okay, in the 2015 Paris Agreement on climate change, mitigation, and stuff like that. Well, apparently Joe Biden is saying that nope, he want to rejoin. Okay, now I went through some of the stuff. I couldn't get much detail from the mainstream media, but from the off-mainstream media, I realized that right when US come in, right, US have to contribute a lot of money, and that makes a lot of people happy. Okay. So the question mark is why he wants. So of course we know that right back then Obama was the one that really wants to be inside there. Then after that, when Donald Trump came in, he just said nope, let's move this away, things like that. So this is going to be very interesting though. So well, I'm looking from a different angle, but I will not confirm this. So my point is this is what is on the news right now. So the question right now is this, okay? We all know that when Donald Trump was the president, okay, was going to be off soon, okay? All right, okay, he managed to tame this gentleman, okay? He managed to tame this gentleman. That is very clear, right? The last few presidents tried to tame his grandfather to father to even him. No US president has ever done that. But when it comes to Donald Trump, something has changed. So now we are apparently having this Kim Jong-un reveals new submarine missile threats as Trump exits. And of course, South Korean Moon is definitely going to be very, very careful on this because he really wants Biden to follow the diplomacy with the North Koreans. So, but we know that, right, based on what Obama had been doing, So apparently it's right. People have been saying that, hey, Donald Trump is a bad guy and stuff like that, which I totally agree with you. Sometimes I really get pissed off with him. But I cannot deny this part itself that he really didn't create any war for the last 4 years. That is something that you just have to give kudos to him, all right? As a matter of fact, when he actually did this, when he actually made Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, right, everybody was going freak out, saying, oh my goodness, there will be a war ASAP soon. But nothing happened. Nothing really happened. So all I can say is this: if Donald Trump is the person that rallied the market since 20,000 to today 31,000, Donald Trump is the one that tamed Kim Jong-un. Donald Trump is the one that basically put the Middle East finally settlement. Then my question is, when he's not around, right, what will happen? So of course, I really hope that Joe Biden just follow lah. But looking the way he already initially administrated this executive order to do all this too, right? I just have my question mark right now. Okay, so I'll leave it there because again, this is my job is just to inform you some of the key big news in the market. Okay, and of course, 2 more news to go. Now we saw this yesterday when the Federal Esther George basically came and cautioned that inflation could rise faster than expected. Okay, that was what she said. All right, immediately Jerome Powell came back in. Okay, thank you, Janet. Okay. Jerome Powell immediately came in and says that no, don't be crazy. Okay, there'll be no interest rate high on the horizon as long as inflation stay low. So you can see that, right? They have different views between the Fed chief. Of course, it could be a whole wayang show, but nonetheless, it's all right for Jerome Powell to say no, don't worry, nothing will be done. Okay, we must be very careful in communicating about the asset purchase, and now is not the time to talk about an exit. Okay. So it's a lesson of the global financial crisis. We had to be careful not to exit too early. Remember that in 2013, his what they call the predecessor have told him, right? You know, the way that they did, that's Ben Bernanke, when he tried to increase the interest rate by a little bit, the market go into a havoc, right? But my point is, if you don't do this as well, right, it's going to just keep on blowing air to this balloon. It's just going to get bigger and bigger. That's it. Nothing can be done. And of course, the market is not stupid. You can see right now, since August, September, you can see that the yields is sticking up already. Okay, it's very, very clear, right? Of course, there is more expectation of fiscal stimulus, but this is telling you that, right, the market actually is reacting on it. So the bonds market now is the scariest gauge, is worse than ever, because based on the Bloomberg Barclay US Corporate Bond Index now is a record low level for the last 3 decades, record low level. That means that, right, the economy is really not recovering at all. People are really seeing that for sure. But because of that, they probably understand, Jerome Powell understands, so he had to keep the rate very low. So of course, we keep on doing this as well, right? Okay, we think keep on doing this. It's just a matter of time. The stock market will just keep on blowing up, keep on blowing up. Okay, so there is no stopping there. There'll be no stopping on this bull market, no stopping. But it's just waiting for the impactful thing to come in. But I'm going to repeat this again, right? Based on some alternative views, I can tell you that, right? Be very careful, very, very careful, because the last thing will be tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last technically positive thing because for this Donald Trump era, right? So of course, there's a lot of rumors saying that Donald Trump will have something to showcase and then make sure this Joe Biden don't become the president. Okay, there's something interesting. On the second note itself, if let's say Joe Biden don't become the president, but because Democrat wins, then the next person go on stage itself will not be Joe Biden. It will be his second in command. So this is going to be very interesting. This is going to be very, very interesting. Okay. All right. So FYI, let us peel our eyes and see what will happen pretty soon. Thank you for Janet for sharing that itself. Okay, Phil, how much he made through his golf club? I know they're going to make a lot of money from his books. That's for sure. I mean, I think his trilogy of books will be the first thing we'll want to read. All his stuff, his first 4 years in the White House. I think that one I want to buy. It should be very interesting though. All right, how many people? Okay, guys. Okay, now yesterday there's no US stock market, so I'm going to just continue with something else. Okay. So now we can see that, right, based on this morning latest news, it seems that, right, the futures are still moving higher. The Dow futures now by 100 points, even though there's no market. So that can see that there's a lot of buying of the cash market. So of course, the mainstream media says that there is some profit taking, but you look at the real market, the buying is still there. So that's pretty clear. All right. So FYI, just to let you know, FYI, on the 30th of January 2021, it's a Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. via Zoom, I will have another preview. All right, so this time I'll cover a lot on gold because I believe that gold will move in a very big movement pretty soon. So if you guys are interested to bring your friends in to join the Trade with the Boys family, please register. Okay, with the link will be ready on the 22nd of January. Then register them. Of course, the time you will be given a very special affiliate link to all my students. Okay, and this link, if you pass it to them itself, what will happen is that if once they sign up, right, the referral will be directly given to you within 30 days. Okay, so that's something that you will like to know. All right, so the content will be on gold trading, gold, because I believe that gold is something that people now don't bother, right? Exactly. When people don't bother, it's time to look into it. All right, so I will tell you how you guys can do your daily bread trading gold. I will show you very, very clearly. All right. So it will be on 30th of January 2021. It will be a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. All right, 1 hour preview. I don't go too much deep, just straight to the point. Really, just come in. Okay. All right. So more detail on 22nd of January 2021. And of course, this video is quite highly watched by a lot of people. Later on, this particular video I will actually showcase on YouTube and also on this Facebook. Right. So only students. All right, okay, only students itself, right? If you are actually a student of mine, you can watch this. So I will extract some of the key stuff, okay, and put it into our Facebook to just showcase a little bit and show to get arouse more interest to come on in. All right. So student of mine, if you haven't watched this, please watch it right now. It's the Trade with the Boys revision group. This particular thing about we learn from history is people don't learn from history. All right. This is a very good video. Please watch it. All right. Okay, so that will be the stuff. Now let's look at two very special chart. Okay, now again, same thing. Whenever I show this out chart, people ask me the same question. Kel, we understand where I'm trying to drive at, but the market is not coming down. Why don't you call for buy? No, please understand this. I've been calling for buy for the longest of time, last 2 months. All right, but it does tell you to buy with caution because you don't want to be caught at the last part itself. Now the thing is this, okay? I'm still seeing a lot of people buying penny counters that is really like 60 cents now, and the value is only 5 cents at that level. I've seen this so many times that it will never end well. I mean, this is something that you guys understand this. You've been in the market for more than 20 years. You've seen this before, okay? It has never changed, never changed. But the extension of it, right, can be longer than usual. All right, we have seen this. So this is from this particular company called Macro Charts. Okay, they're a pretty good, decent company. Now, this is something that is quoted by Jesse Livermore, and something that I use it on a very regular often. Wall Street never changes. The pocket change, the sucker change, the stock change, but the Wall Street never changes because human nature never changes. I love this quote. I mean, seriously, yes, it's just like a little bit like Shakespearean itself, whereby everyone is an actor and it's just part of it. It's just that, you know, every time, every period, the actors and actresses will change, but the play continue. So you can look right now. This is basically the MSCI Emerging Market Index. Okay, that is where the market is performing. Now, this is the total emerging market equity flows. Now, look at it, my friends. Okay, look at it, that's all. I just want you to look at it for just a short moment, okay? You can see that there is a particular level that whenever the total emerging market equities come to a reasonable high, okay, or regular high, you can see that, right? Apparently itself, right? You can see straight up, the market, okay, will seem to take profit pretty soon. Now, it may not be immediate. It will not be immediate, but you can see in general basis, it does happen. Okay, it does happen. All right. So the problem is, okay, the problem is when you see this again, now this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in the last 11, 12 years, will you be looking at that? So apparently itself, you can see that it has hit, but the equity flows are actually coming off, but the market is still going up. So someone is actually buying at all costs. Someone is buying at all costs. So that is a big issue here, okay? The equity market already tell you that signs is showing you that they are leaving, but market is still buying. So that is the reason why people don't understand this. They say, hey, come on, I don't understand this. So the positive reading of this is that, okay, Cal, maybe there's another wave that go in again, and then the market will go ballistic. Well, that is very positive view, nothing wrong. But you can see from history, the last 11 years, you don't see a so-called a double top so immediately. It's just either they go in, or after that, they just get out after a few years. You know? So you don't see the immediate double top. It's like pretty silly though. So all I can tell you is be careful, all right? Be extremely careful. You just like back then itself, when this is a common point, when the common point hits, right? You can see the market will usually bottom out, right? Can you see that? Usually it will bottom out. Apology to freehand. Okay. Then the last time when this happened, when everybody ran out, right? When everybody ran out and the market came down due to the Wuhan virus, straight away you can see that the smart money come in, and of course the market rally big time. So think about this. Anyone who have been buying from the bottom till now, right, is up by more than 30% return in a single year itself. So what do you think they will do in the near term? So think about this as well. Think about this, okay? Thank you, Ronnie, for sharing. Yes, indeed, it's all right. End of the day, we must follow. If you are a day trader, you don't bother. You just follow whatever the day trade say buy, just buy. Yeah, today is above OP, above people want, just buy. Don't even bother to wait. But when you're talking about, I'm going to put a big position in the market, make sure that you know that the fundamentals now is way, way, way below the technical level. Meaning that the technical valuation is on top, the fundamentals way at the bottom. So when this thing happens itself, it's just a matter of time when the market just reverse course. Okay, so all, yes, indeed, it's all calculated risk. Okay, so this is the first one I'll show to you. Now again, all these are real charts. It come from somewhere, but usually, you know, you don't see in the mainstream media. That's very, very clear. Now this is the EEM, okay, the iShares MSCI Emerging Markets again versus the net option volume. Now, of course, when I say this again, people like say, Cal, hey, come on, man, this is not correct. You see? The call puts ratio now, oh, wait a minute, this is call put, correct? Call put. 2 days ago, it was put call. Okay, what's the difference? Put call Is that when it's at a low end, that means that no one believes that the market will come down. It's called complacency. When it's call puts, that means that everybody, how euphoric they are right now. Okay, so we can see again the last 14 years, whenever the call put ratio is near a certain figure, okay, a certain technical point, you can see that there will be some profit taking. Of course, some of them when it go ballistic, then obviously things will go rather crazy, right? So, but do understand this, that is MSCI, not the Dow Jones, it's MSCI Emerging Markets, a global market index. So you can see that again, the call put is really piling up again. It's piling up again. And of course, it's nearly to the same level there. So of course, some people say, Cal, maybe it will extend further, right? Yeah, it is possible. Anything is all possible. But I'm just informing you, you are basically on this type of levels. You just have to take notice, okay? Now, the scariest thing is this: when you know what to do, you're prepared, but you don't react. That will be very, very silly. Okay, so my job is just inform you news that I can find for you. You make your own decision call. Okay, do remember that. Okay, if you can understand what I just said, please key number 1 right now. Get some water. If you will understand what I'm trying to say. All right, thank you. Now, yesterday, a good friend of mine came to the office and talked to me, Cal, do you know that during February, 1st of February, I saw the market at a very high level and I want to short. But because I don't dare, because all my friends are buying. Then after that, when the price came down, right, I did nothing. I look at the market coming down all the way to the bottom after 15 days. Then at the bottom, okay, at the bottom, I know that it's time to buy. But my friends around me are all calling for sell. That's why I didn't buy. So you understand. So this gentleman, this good friend of mine, did nothing for entire March to April period. I mean February to April period, did nothing at all. All right, only around April, May, finally he just okay, enough. I don't hear anymore. Then he went in to buy a lot of stocks, and then he made quite a bit of money all the way up. Right, he just liquidated his position last week. All right, really liquidated quite a bit of position last week. So all FYI, this is something that you must think. Your friends probably determine who you are. All right. Okay, go guys. Because of yesterday's and no Dow Jones and away, no cash market, but the market is still moving. So I'm going to show you some update on the chart right now for today. Let's take a look. Now we can see that yesterday there's no Dow Jones cash, but the stock market, the futures is still running, and the Dow is still moving pretty comfortably above the MA30. So for today, the MA30 are going to move it higher. Okay, will be about 30650 level. Okay, 30650 level. Okay, hey, hold on, my analytics. Okay. Now, how come the cash market is not open and yet the Dow is going up? This is a futures market. That's why the CFD is following through. Well, like I told you before, right? Every day there's a lot of people buying in the Asia time, European time, and then after that, next morning for them, the Americans just pick out to take profit. It's a very simple thing that we've been doing for the last 6 months. Every day, Asia time, European time, they buy. Then of course come to US time, they take profit. Have been doing this. It's already a very outright manipulation, but really who bothers? As long market is going up, everybody's happy. Okay, that's something that you must understand this. Okay, so this is the MA for you, 30650. So this one take note. Okay. Then this is the daily chart I told you, right? The one that I draw. Let me just show you once again. Now I showed this to a friend of mine yesterday. I showed you about the deja vu effect. So it seemingly looked like it's happening. So you need to have one more wave down towards the first triangle here. Then you probably can see some profit taking. But of course, until that happens, you can see that after the line that I draw yesterday, the market just nowhere to stop. So again, all this telling me that the market knows and it's going to take a while. If nothing breaks, nothing going to happen. Now, of course, someone asked this, Kel, if let's say I have some money and I want to just short the Dow Jones and don't care, don't bother, where's the stop loss should I put? Of course, the key, if you ask me this an open question like this, and of course, I'll tell you that the stop loss is based on 2 things. Number 1, how much can you lose? If you say, Kel, I can only lose $1,000, then that means that if every one single point is actually $1 for you, then you get 1,000 points of stop loss. Put it this way. Okay. Now, if not itself, right, the easiest way is just put a stop loss at high, the highest ever, right? Because if the market want to go to all-time high, it has to go there. Okay, so the all-time high is at 31,254. So if you really want to short the Dow Jones right now, you tell means that your downside potential is about probably $300 to $400. That means that if you short right now, your stop loss is about $300 to $400. Yeah, that's it for one single contract that goes by per point movement. Is $1 US. Okay, do note if your contract size is bigger, then of course you need to go accordingly. So some people say, Kel, if let's say I put a stop loss for $300 and then if the Dow come down, how much will I make then? Of course, it's the same mathematics. If let's say the Dow Jones really come down from this point, goes down to here, example, all right, about 1,300 points. So you make $1,300. Hey, not bad, right? You say, Kel, if I lose 300. If I win, I make 1,003. Wow, that's a pretty good ROI. Yeah, correct. That's how it works. Trading is about ROI. Trading is about risk management. As long as you risk manage it properly, that's all you're going to be, doing that. So that's why I've been telling people this. If you want to do that, it's all about some pre-planning. Okay. All right. So think about this. All right. I'm not saying that this is a good sell. I'm just informing you that if where we are now, where the stop loss should be versus the potential downside is like that, the ratio, 300 to 1,003 ratio. Okay. All right. Okay, then weekly chart wise, well, the Dow has recovered. So that's why the weekly chart recovers again. So you can see very strong support in the market. So that's not going to come down in the near term. Okay. Okay, let's look at the today's market based on our trade the boy system. Hey, Cal, how come your system like that? How come the market is up today, your bar is red? So I told you guys, this system is not that simple. It's just that, oh, okay, up market, then you see white candle. Now, why is it staying red? Because mathematically itself is still below a certain average. Okay, I don't deny this, but there's some other condiment inside there. But FYI now, at this moment now, I'm watching this cage support level. Now, yesterday I did mention that usually if the market closed below the cage support level, the next day there will be some selling. I'm not going to lie about it. I did say this yesterday, but I also tell you that yesterday is no market involvement. So you just have to know that it's very easy to be manipulated. So today, I just will write down one again. The level is 30988. I'll write down for you. So if the Dow Jones stays above 3098 today, then the Dow could actually go back to test 31,000 plus again, because that is a cage support level 30988. Okay. Right, it's very important now, unless you go below OP, because know why? Today the market opening price is above the pivot one. So we know that above pivot one, above OP, there's only one thing to do. That's buy. All right, sound like Jim Cramer, right? But it's true. When the market is above OP, above pivot one, stick to the classic rule: buy. Okay. So basically, the Dow has went up this morning. Congratulations for those who bought this morning. But on the flip note, if the Dow do pull back for whatever reason, if the Dow breaks below the pivot one, 30790, then there might be some profit taking. Now, my stand is still the same. I believe that my analysts have been correct. Whenever the market stays below the support level, right, very usually it will come down to test this point here. Okay, this point again was the level. Let me just write down for you. This point is 30612. Okay, 30612, and that is pretty nearby to our today's pivot two lah, huh? Okay, so today's market analysis is pretty simple. Above OP, above pivot one, stay long. First target to go 30988, because that's a cage support level. If it cross above it, then the Dow can go even higher. Okay, you heard me, can go even higher. If the Dow breaks below 30790, then of course my target will be 30612. Okay, so loud and clear. If yes, right, give me a number 2 right now. Key number 2 right now. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. How about Nasdaq? Well, Nasdaq, incredibly, you see, I told you guys, Nasdaq itself, right, if it goes above the MA, it will have to go up again. So yesterday I mentioned Nasdaq 212809 is the MA level, and incredibly, it went above. So once again, it really tells you that, right, as much as it looks like a sell, but you can see back then, as long as it stays above, it becomes a buy. And this morning, the way it opened was exactly at the MA 30. All right. And immediately we saw the Nasdaq went up by 50 points already. So there's no way, man, my friends. As long as the market do not close below the MA 30 convincingly and next day don't rebound, then the market can come down. If not itself, right, we've seen this so many times, it can go below it, but the next day it happens again. So at the moment now, we can see that the market is trading above the BMB level and it's also trading above the MA. So at the moment now, it's pretty bullish on the what they call conventional chart at this moment now. But of course, you say, Kel, but it's off the high, right? I say, yes. So same thing. If people who are bullish, just go into buy right now. Stop loss, just put below the MA 30 for those using conventional chart. So that will be the simple way out to do the risk reward ratio. Because if the Nasdaq go to all-time high again, the risk involved is about 1 to 3. So it's a pretty decent trade. All right, on a flip note, if someone tell me, say, Kel, if I want to short the Nasdaq now, stop loss put where? Now, usually you can put this point here, that's the nearest high level. If you want to put the all-time high, you can put it there. But do not, remember, take the amount of money you can risk divided by the value of losses, then you trade, okay? If you cannot handle that, then just don't be bothered by this, okay? All right. Now, the thing is this, because there's no cash market yesterday and today, so it's very, very low volume trading. So very easy for market to manipulate. So just remember that. Now, the weekly chart, the long-term chart, no much difference. I'm going to skip this. So let's look at today's, the one on our own chart right now. Wow, okay. Nasdaq today opens above pivot 1. So same thing, above OP, above pivot 1, just buy, nothing else, okay, nothing else. And of course, now we can see the color is changing to yellow, but you can't trade right now, okay. But there's something that is not very nice. Look at it. The KSI itself is still red, even though the Nasdaq is going up. So you can see that this is very, very unique. Normal indicator will be pointing upwards already, right? Like stochastic, Bollinger Bands, and stuff like that. Colin, yesterday was a US holiday, not today. Yesterday was. Okay, so that's why the market will be opening soon. But of course, the futures market is open throughout. Okay, so you can see right now the the Nasdaq is above OP, above pivot 1. That's why the Nasdaq will go back up again. Now, do note, if the Nasdaq close above the cash RL level, then that means the next day, which is tomorrow, Nasdaq can go even higher. So watch out for this. It's going to have two sides. Okay, take note of that. So watch out for that. It's very good. Wow, 149 people today. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for this. Okay, so watch out for this. Okay, the KSI is red, right? So when this happens, I'll tell my traders, just be careful on the long side. All right, when you see KTR +1, +2, or +3, you can look out for profit taking. Okay, do watch out for that. So that is the Nasdaq. And S&P 500 for today, well, S&P 500 is still firming beautifully at the MA 30. Wow, very nice. So yesterday it has happened, it stopped there and recovers. So today you have a higher number now, and that number is about 3754 level. 3754, okay, 3754. And do note, it is now crossing above the BMB. So seemingly it's telling us that the bullishness in the market is really there in right now, okay? So but the same thing, if you think that the market is going to come off, then this is a stop loss order. If you're going to put it there, so the risk is here, the potential reward can be as much as here. So you may say, Kel, wow, this is 1 to 4, 1 to 5 risk. I don't mind taking this. Now, do note you're basically shorting against the trend. If the trends continue to go up, even though the risk reward ratio is 1 to 4, 1 to 5, but there's still risk that you could lose that money. So you must understand this. Risk reward ratio may be good, but the chance of losing might be high. You understand? It's just like telling you buying Toto, you use $1 to aim for 1 million. It's a very good ROI, but the risk of losing is so much higher because the chance of losing is high. So that is my point. But you're fighting against a trend. So be very careful today, right? Today is above pivot 1. So unless the market U-turn below pivot 1, then you have a chance. If not, I will tell you this, don't fight now. All right, guys, clearly, yeah, you heard me loud and clear, at least for now. S&P 500 in terms of the long-term movement, you can see that this is still the megaphone. That's why I've been drawing. You can see every time it hit the level, it just rebounds. So at the moment now, we're still pretty far away. So no need to worry for now. Okay, still pretty bullish, but there's a strong divergence in the RSIs. Okay, strong divergence. Okay, all right. So that is the S&P 500. Okay, so that is the equity side. Now for Hang Seng, hold on a minute. This is Hang Seng chart. Let me just bring to you. Now we saw Hang Seng really went incredible. And I told you yesterday, Hang Seng will still continue to go up as long as it is, there is no much reason. And the day before was a doji. So above OP was a more of a buy. And yesterday, because you see Hang Seng go all the way up, and it basically covers the end here. In fact, it covers the entire gap. So the next level, the next KCB will be all the way here. And this is possible, right? That is possible. The next KCB for today for Hang Seng, it will be 29105. I repeat, 29105. So Hang Seng, if anybody buying Hang Seng, when you hit 105, you can consider to take some profit. But error. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Yeah, 105. I hear it wrongly. Okay, 105. Okay, here we go. All right, so Hang Seng today, later on, I do suspect there will be a resistance at 29105. John, I don't have Russell here. Yeah, Ames doesn't have Russell. I don't have it, but I did cover the last two morning MAO. I told you that Russell is really at a very peak level high. It's at almost at all-time high for the last 30 years. So be very careful on that. Okay. All right. Apology. Yeah, we don't have that right now. Okay. So this is Hang Seng. So I repeat myself. Today there should be some resistance at 29,105 level. Okay. For Hang Seng traders, this will be a very good level to consider to book partial profit. Okay. Partial. Okay. All right. So that is the equities market. Let's look at something else. The sorry. Okay, this is yesterday's goal. Now, gold basically the market is looking at some selling, some say buying. So you can see that different mainstream media are looking at different thing now. Okay, apparently it's all right. They are looking at it will go up again later on because it will go down because of the rise in inflation. I thought that we said before, right? When inflation comes in, gold will also move up, right? So this is very interesting, different views. But in terms of gold movement yesterday, we saw that gold plunge in the morning. Wow, big selling, right? And that was where some of us caught the downside, okay, when it went down. But once it hit the KCB level at 1814, almost instantly it rebounded, all right? It almost rebounded. So let's look at the intraday movement. You can see gold initially it plunged all the way down, went down to KTR -3. All right, but that is something you must watch here. Everybody take a look here. This is something incredible. Look at it. Look at it. Now, which system will tell you that there will be a big upside soon? Look at it. Now, first of all, the color change came in at pivot 1. So it was a buy already for that particular reason. Then you notice that, right? The entry bar is a BMB. The entry bar itself is a BMB. So BMB with color change, fantastic. Then the KCX, the KSI has a jump right here. Can you see that? A KSI jump. So that giving you the strong information that the market will go higher. And then of course the crazy part is this: the KCX disappear. Now I told you before, guys, when KCX appear blue bar, that means there's some bearishness at the moment. But when it disappear immediately, that means that the bullishness is there throughout. The bullishness is there, and you can see gold just went all the way up itself. So that is whereby your system is so important. Once you understand how to utilize the system, you know you can make a lot more money. Okay. So after that, it went sideways for the entire day because the US market is not open. But I can see right now, gold is moving up a little bit this morning. Okay. So do note once again, guys, whenever you see KSI jump in the indicator, that means that, right, the buying has came in strength. And of course, if the chart looks good, you can just hang on a trade, because I said before, when the KSI is green and there's no KCX at the bottom, that means the market is pretty bullish. All right, at least for the period of time. Okay. All right. Thank you. So that is gold recap of yesterday's movement. And now let's look at today's movement to conventional chart first. Now, conventional chart, you can see that the MA is still below, right? The MA30 is still below the MA200. So it's not a very nice sign. But still, you can see that the gold is trying to recover because there could be some intermittent buying right at the moment now. So conventional chart usually have this problem is that it can show bearishness, but the chart looks the other way around. Either weekly chart right now in terms of gold movement is still between the next range between 1866 to 1762. Now, FYI, how I get this is just simply take the high, then I do the 0.95, 0.9, 0.85, 0.9 to get all these figures. So to me, at the moment now, as long as gold stays above opening price, there's no much reason to expect to come down. And whenever gold comes down, breaking the OP, then it will come down to 1762 as my first target. Okay, 1762 for my gold first target. And this is the gold day chart right now. But today, gold day chart is different. Gold today open above the pivot one, same like Dow Jones and Nasdaq, S&P 2. So as long as it stays above OP for today, gold will be a buy. All right, but do note the KSI is red. So traders, when you see KTR +1 or +2 or +3, do consider to take partial profits. So you can see today now gold, it crossed the CCRY, red to yellow. You should have bought gold just now because it's above OP, it's above pivot one. You should have bought gold just now. So I hope that some of you bought gold, you can take profit, consider at 1844. Okay, 1844 will be a good time to take profit on gold. Okay, all right. So it's the same thing earlier. Sorry, I didn't show you just now. Somebody forgot. Just text me on the side, Cal. See, this is how Nasdaq did. Nasdaq this morning, it was above the opening price and it's above pivot one, right? So just buy when it's above OP and above pivot one. So same thing for the Dow Jones this morning. The Dow Jones did a color change with a BMB. So straight away, the Dow went up and then it hit the KTR +1 and got trigger. That's why I got some profit taking right now. See, incredible system. It just tells you exactly what to do, okay? All right. Now, yesterday, sorry, I was a bit rushing of time. I didn't do silver. Now, this is the silver chart. I just did some triangular drawing for you. So silver yesterday, beautiful. My goodness, look at it. Silver yesterday came down during the sell-off, right? Came down, met my MA 200, very strong support, and immediately silver rebounded by almost $2. So guys, if you really want to do silver trading, you can actually put the MA 200 and MA 30 as a guide. So when the MA 30 was triggered, you can see it pulled back down. When it hit MA 200, it rebounded up. Hey, interesting, right? Yeah, indeed. Because Trade the Board system now haven't covered silver yet. So the only way for you to take a look at this silver trading, you can put the MA 30 on top and MA 200 at the bottom. Pretty cool, right? So at the moment now, what I'm seeing on the chart wise, as long as silver stays above the MA 200, it seems to it seems to be following my trend line too. So it acts as a very strong support on silver at this moment right now. Now, somebody asked me, Cal, if gold ever come down, will silver come down? Definitely, it works together. Yeah, it works together, FYI. It will not be running differently, all right? So what happened is that if gold ever come down, silver comes down, then of course you can see that based on last saw, $21.70 look like a very strong support the last few months. So that will be the first level that I'm watching for this silver, okay? All right, but of course, if silver pulls back down in a very ridiculous level with gold, then I don't mind buying some silver, all right? This is something that I look at it, okay, on the longer haul. Okay, so that is silver, all right? Crude oil prices, yesterday there's too much movement because it was holiday. It's much more real. That's why there's so little movement there at this moment. But today's the MA has shifted up again. Now it's at $50.40 for crude oil. Okay, all right. So that will be the technical aspect for today. So I'm just going to repeat this, FYI. Now, with ongoing inauguration from today to tomorrow, there's a lot of conspiracy theory all running around, going havoc here. All right, and people just be more careful than that. Okay. All right, thank you guys. Thank you very much for this, your messages to me on the site. Thank you, appreciate that. Okay, Hang Seng has opened, so I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna put Hang Seng to you right now. I'm gonna let you take a look right now. Okay, Hang Seng has opened. Yes, it's open and it's marching towards the first target I told you. The 29105 level is marching there. Okay, at the moment. Okay, now if Hang Seng goes there, do watch out for that. Okay, Hang Seng this morning is a gap up. It gap up to 970. Yeah, it's moving gap up and move higher right now. 29,080 right now. We're just 25 points away from the level I mentioned. Okay. Okay, someone attacked on the site. So is it better to buy silver using CFD or buy silver option trade? Now do note options is a better bet because the layout is lesser, all right? Then your limited losses. So you buy the call outright, all right? You have your limited losses and you may have good profits on that. Okay, that's the good deal of options. Okay, but do note options got this daily gamma, which means that there will be cost incurring. That means it's going down. So this is something that to take note. Now for CFD, it's a little bit better because you have leverage, but then again, there's daily swaps. So if you ask me within two of them itself, right, it's all depending how you want to structure your portfolio. So for people who want to buy, things for longer term and they don't mind just have limited losses, then options will be a better deal. Okay, options will be a better deal. Someone text me on the site. So since I'm on the site, I would not want to review our name, to be fair. Okay. Okay, so that will be all for today. Yeah, indeed itself, I want to do this every day because I want to show you stuff. Now, before you go, this is our Bitcoin. Now, yesterday, Bitcoin, you can see this. I want to share something very important to all of you before you leave, okay? So first of all, yesterday, Bitcoin, someone said, Kel, it wasn't accurate. I lost money, things like that. But I would say upfront, guys, look at it. This one you could have traded, right? The opening price of this one, the opening price is the high of the bar. So you wouldn't have entered the trade. So unless you basically buy below, then you broke the rule. Okay, let's say you did it, you broke the rule. Your stop loss should be around here. So your stop out, right? So you lost something like this. Then the next one was very clear. You end in the buy, you lost money, you lost something like this. Okay, so you can see that your losses is within these two areas here. But if you follow and continue and you buy, look at it. The margin itself is like this. So can you see that your winnings will be a little bit more than your losses? So that's the difference in trading with Bitcoin. You have to follow through. And I said it before, when you don't see any more blue bars popping at the bottom, that means that the market has turned very bullish. That's why for KCX trading, it's not only about buying and then take some profit and get out. It's about buying and holding as long as the rules apply. So that's why I say people who don't understand this, they see initial losses or they don't follow rule, they lose some money, they give up. But those people who make money, oh my goodness, are the one who really understand and follow through. Okay, so Bitcoin, don't give up because it's still going to be a very powerful market. Oh, Hang Seng has hit my target. Already hit the 29106 high at the moment right now. And then it stopped there. Nice. Incredible, right? Okay, how about Bitcoin today? Just a quick one. Okay, sorry to deviate. Now you can see that this is yesterday's Bitcoin, right? See, look at it. Wow, so beautiful. So as long as Bitcoin, see, this is what I showed you yesterday. And look at it all the way, no blue bars, all right, until here. You can see Bitcoin just continue to march up. Now from that point was 35,800. It's now 36,900. So up $1,000 already. Okay. Now in a day chart wise itself, right? I'm still waiting for a reasonable pullback, but at the moment now don't have. But what is crazy yesterday was this. Actually, everybody take a look. There's a KCB level at 34721. Yesterday, the Bitcoin almost touched that point, but rebounded. So that means that you can see our system works very beautifully. As long as the market hit the KCB and doesn't come down, you'll go up again. All right. So watch out, there's a cash resistance level at about 36,884. If today Bitcoin stays above the cash RL level, tomorrow Bitcoin may go higher again. All right, guys. So this is how you use the system to your advantage, and I wish you all the best. But before you go, let's have some food for thoughts, and we will end this session beautifully. So a truly happy person is someone who can enjoy the scenery while on a detour. Now, this is something that I really want you to understand this. That is why, anyway, this is the 49th posting. Yeah, 49th already. That means that I've been doing this MAO 49 days already. I've been doing much earlier, right? But at least every day I give you the goodness of it. Yeah, this is the 49th article, right? I'm very happy with doing this. All right, guys. Okay, so I wish you all the best. Remember, I will tell you, last warning again, the techniques now call for buy, stick with it. All right, don't care, don't bother. Okay, but the alternative market views and other stuff is showing that the fat lady is already humming. All right, so put some trailing stops to make sure you protect your profits. Okay, all right, you heard me well. Thank you guys. For those who are seeing me later, I'll see you at 12:30. Bye.